Hi, this video shows you how to create glue element in Maestro. Okay, let's first open a sample file. You can find a couple of sample file in Maestro folder. So Maestro data, models, and samples equals to glue. We have a couple of samples, and you can glue um, element to a triangle and glue element to a strake, and of course you can glue that to a quad. Okay, I'll use this as an example. Okay, first I'll delete the previous created groups, glue elements. So I go to model, elements, delete, all visible glues. Okay, and we delete that. So you can see this structure, there's element that is not connected to the other structures, nodes. There's two nodes just sit on the top of a plate quad element. And so if we're trying to solve it, it's going to fail because the structure is not connected. Okay, it's failing. This is what we expect. I want to show you the loads of this structure. We have 3-point loads and constraint just it's on the ends. I'll turn this loads off. Okay, and so to create a glue element, we go to this icon. It says glue. So by the way, glue element it's an element called multiple point constraint. MPC element. It's a rigid connection element. And the concept is like the slave node, and you can find the linear interpolation of the other master nodes. Okay, and their connection is rigid. Okay, so we create one trying to glue this plate to the other structures. So first we need to find the connectivity of the master plate. So that's the master plate. And we want to find the slave node. Okay. And so create that. And want to create another to glue this node to the plate. So we only need to change and that slave node. Okay. When I have some trouble to do selection, I'll turn the nodes on. That's easy to select. I can turn it off. So create. So now you can see you created two glue elements, and to glue this two node to the plate. And by doing that, we should be able to solve it. Okay. Yeah, structure is solved. You can see the deformation is what you expect. One says that the right way to you want to have a high fidelity for this response, you should refine this element, this area to node connection. The glue element is approximation of the real connection. Okay, it's not as good as the real connection. So if you have time, you should refine that and do a node connection. That's the right finite element way. But sometimes if you have too many free edges, you want to connect the structure and get a reasonable response, you can use the glue element. And so this is how and the glue element is useful. Okay, so now this is the manual way to create a glue element. You have a lot of control to glue structure from one element to the other. But sometimes you have a lots of the free edges, and you don't want to deal with that one by one. So we have some other ways to automatically create a glue element. Now let's first delete what we have created before. So I did that. Okay. So one easy way is just based on the free edges, Maestro will automatically create it for you. Okay. Sometimes it's going to take for a big model, it may take too long, or sometimes they're going to mess up the creation. So you need to look into that when you have a lot of free edges, a big model. You need to look into that. What glue elements created for you and what's missing. For model, simple model like this, you can go to model, create R-spline glue elements by free edges. So if the node and its a line on the edge, it's going to create a spline. If the node is in the middle of the plate, it's going to create a glue element. So we click that. This gives you the tolerance of what node is considering as a slave node. So if the a free edge is found, if a node is within the tolerance, then we consider that's a slave node. Okay, and we're just using whatever the default in the nodal joint tolerance and to glue that. You click OK, so it's created. Okay, and now let's have another way. So let's delete that. Elements, delete all visible glues. Okay. Another way to glue the elements together is using the groups. Okay. And with the groups, you have better control. Okay. You know which one to glue which one. So that's an easier way for Maestro to find the connection point, and sometimes maybe faster. Okay. So let's first create a master group, and we call that a master group. I'll pick an element here, and I'll pick all elements for that area. For the vertical part, that's my master group. I'll create that. I also need to create a slave group. Okay, so create that. Do search by seed. I should have only two. So somewhere I have a duplicate element, but it doesn't really matter for this example. So create that. Now I go to model, create R-spline glue elements. I go to the second choice, using master slave groups. Okay, I'll select these two groups. One is master, one is slave. But I'll double click this master so it becomes a slave. And tolerance, the same. You can change that however you want. Then you click create, and that's it. So you create a glue element using the groups. So that's another way to quickly create glue elements and R-spline elements as well. Okay, this is it.